Okay, let's talk about my club. I fell in love with them at the age of 11 when I first saw them on the television in 1999. We're talking about Manchester City. By far the largest amount of kits I have are from City. Just going to start with one from 2015, 2016. As you can see, we have our previous crest on here. Currently, there's a circular one on the back. My favorite City player of all time, Pablo Zabaleta. There's far too much to cover about this club that I love in just one video, so I'll start with the most important things now and save more for later. City are the reigning Premier League champions and at the top of the table currently, with our biggest match of the season against Liverpool coming up this weekend, as Liverpool sits in second and it could be a title decider. For today, I want to talk to you about the City that I grew up with rather than the one you get to see on television today. Prior to winning the FA Cup during the 2011 season, City had a long-stretching silverware drought going back to a League Cup victory in 1976. When I first encountered City in 1999, we were playing in the old second division playoff final against Gillingham. That was one of the most memorable matches I've ever seen in my life and a turning point for the club. That match alone and iconic away kit we were wearing that day deserve their own video in the future. Growing up as a City fan in the early 2000s took some heart as we were regaining our footing as a top-flight club in England. Although it doesn't feel like it will rear its ugly head much anymore these days, City fans do still feel there's an unpredictability in our DNA as a club, with a feeling that City can always snatch failure from the jaws of success. It's just one of the many things that make City fans an incredible group. Our away kits take varying colors throughout the years, although City fans love to see a red and black stripe kit, which I think is coming back this next season. Something we drew from AC Milan in the 60s and 70s as a tradition. We won a lot of finals in it during that time, and I hope we bring it back soon. This is the third kit from 2013-2014, and any City fan worth their salt will remember Alvaro Negredo, the Beast. City have been champions of England 7 times, as well as winning the League Cup 8 times and the FA Cup 6 times. City currently boasts some of the finest players in the world, with Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez, Ederson, and Ruben Diaz in defense. Not to mention, from our academy, one of the finest English talents, Phil Foden. We've had an incredible amount of great players come through the club in recent seasons, with the likes of Sergio Aguero, David Silva, Yaya Toure, and our captain Vincent Kompany. The players who I grew up with that I loved would be Sean Wright-Phillips, our captain Richard Dunn, Mario Balotelli was always a laugh when he was at City, and the strikers I grew up with, Paul Dickov, and the actual GOAT, Sean Goater. So that's your first taste of Manchester City. There's so much more I can tell you about our club, but I'll leave that for later in videos down the line. Until then, check us out on the weekend. We're playing Liverpool, and that's going to be the biggest match of the season in England.